Hi there, I'm Mark Sebastian, founder of OptionPit.com, and this is the Volatility Report. Reminder, this is for education purposes only. None of this should be considered investment advice. Options have risk. Well, here we are, and they're a little worried about tax reform. They're a little worried about lots of stuff. And because of that, you can see that the VIX is up about 60 cents. Nothing huge, but it's up. And the SPX is down 12. So it's interesting that it's actually kind of acting normal. In the past, we've seen a 12-point or a 16-point move really cause something. And what's also interesting is that, if I pull up a chart of the Russell 2000, is how ugly it's been. This has been kind of a theme, but it's really fallen off. Take a look. From 1502 on Halloween to 14 to a low bar of 1460, it's now trading 1470. So it's holding that 50-day moving average, but barely. So there is some roughness going on in SPX, or excuse me, in the Russell. They should call it the Ruffle because it's rough and it's the Russell. And I'm not sure exactly what is going on, but take a look here. That's a nice pop in implied volatility. Look at the RVX. Been a nice climb higher. Then, if you look, you've got the Russell 2000 that's kind of crying wolf, or it's definitely not looking. Then the big news yesterday was JNK. Everyone's talking about. Look at a chart of JNK. So junk bonds look really ugly. The Russell 2000 looks really ugly. But then, if you pull up the other three indexes, they look great. The VIX is still 1030. So something is going on with kind of, the rally in interest rates, to look at TLT. Bonds had a huge rally, so that could be part of it. But, I'm not sure what's exactly going on there. But it ain't good. And bond vol is still really cheap. It's hard not to want to own it here. And at the same time, look, VIX is sinking. It was up over 11. It's now 1020, 1021. So there's definitely something weird going on with markets as a whole. It feels like things are a little creaky at the top, if you will. Maybe there's a decent chance that we could see, at least some real softness here for a couple of days. Especially around tax reform. I think this is a tax reform move. Not 100% certain. But that's kind of what it feels like. Look at XLF. There's another one that has had a nice sell-off with JNK. And yet, it's not like premiums are that expensive. They're finally getting a little more expensive here. They were cheap a couple days ago. So, as we're talking, take a look though. RUT's rallied 5 points while I've been talking. The Dow's rallied 50. The S&P's up 5. So, even though we had a nice little ugly sell-off on Europe, maybe we go green today. That seems to be the MO, but that doesn't mean things are good. I don't like what I'm seeing in terms of the volatility space at all. I could be wrong, but I don't like the way things are looking right now. I think there's some ugliness lining up. All right. One thing I'd point out, look at VVIX. It's 100. And really, and I think this is important, since kind of that July period when things got really inexpensive and vol got to the nines again, look at VVIX. It's been consistently above the 200-day moving average. You know, it's been well above its long-term mean of about 90 for what amounts to almost 2 months. Or it is 2 months. That tells you that there's something that we're uncomfortable with underneath, and that's causing an uneasiness in the markets, and there's a ton of protection being bought. So that's kind of what I look at when I see markets, and it makes me, you know, I feel like things are feeling a little toppy here, and we could see a little pressure. I don't know if today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not after expiration, but maybe right after, maybe coming out of expiration. You know, maybe Thanksgiving week when things are thin, we see some downside pressure. All right, folks. On the day, like I said, I think things look a little funky. If you got questions, you can email me, mark@optionpit.com, or you can call me 888-TRADE-01. Have a good day.